Yes, everyone, it's Monday the 5th. This border crisis is getting crazy. They show you women and children, but they're playing on your emotions. It's all a game here with the mainstream media. They will focus in on the women and children to make it look very, look like a humanitarian thing, as I keep repeating. And this is not good. This is MS-13 gang members, the worst of the worst, and really bad people coming across the borders. And now in the sanctuary places like New York, California, Chicago, it's violence, just violence and homelessness, and it's turning these cities into like a war, a movie of just war and destruction. It's just crazy. As you know, as you all know, what happened in New York City with them beating up on the police, and then while being recorded on video, they're showing the middle finger. They're laughing and just don't care type of individuals. That's criminals to the highest type, to the worst. So this thing is no good. And they need to put a stop to it. So more states are joining in. This is good. 14 more states joining in, and apparently it's happening on borders on northern states too. So it's not just in Texas, it's everywhere on the borders. And more states are joining in. And what's crazy is that you have to talk very, work around the words that you say because you don't want to offend people when the truth should just be spoken plainly, and that's it. So it's trouble, it's manifesting now, and they need to put a stop to it. And as I said, Trump 2024, you got to get out and vote because he will definitely put a stop to it while everyone just talks, just talks and runs their mouth. So they need to put a stop to it because this will trickle down from the sanctuary places, cities, and states, and it'll start trickling down all to all other states, right? Because naturally they're going to just start traveling and spreading out to all other states, which is already happening. And then you're going to see the violence and crime rates just shoot up to the sky overnight, and that's no good. So this is not about hating on people or anything like this. This is about the facts and the obvious consequences of the policies that this current administration is messing up with, and the trouble it's going to create, the problems it's going to create, which has already been, it started a long time ago, a couple of years ago, and it's just the mainstream media covers it up. So now it takes the regular citizens and alternative people on the streets. I call them journalists because they're really the true ones, and they go on the streets and they record it themselves and bring the truth. And that's the only reason now that the mainstream media is getting on board, because now the truth is coming out so blatantly that they have to show it, or people will recognize that they're covering up something. So anyway, let's get into this short clip. Just another brief clip of just giving you information from the mainstream media actually showing you the right information. So let's play it. Cox is detailing his trip to the border and how immigration impacts Utahns. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Roscoe.
And I'm Debbie Worthen. Governor Cox returned from Texas earlier today. News specialist Shelby Lofton is live for us tonight. And the governor made some remarks on that border crisis tonight. Shelby, what did he have to say?
Yeah, Dan and Debbie, Spencer Cox went down to that U.S.-Mexico border with 14 other Republican governors, and Spencer Cox said that it's a humanitarian catastrophe there, and he says it's made every other state, including Utah, a border state.
We should all be concerned about this.
Hours after a trip down south, Governor Spencer Cox shared his experience of crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border.
Things have gotten significantly worse, especially over the past year. It's a record number of illegal migrants who crossed the border.
A reported more than 3.2 million people nationwide illegally crossed last year.
There are 3.4 million people in the state of Utah.
Governor Cox said the situation at the border is something Utahns should care about.
We've heard several governors say that every state is a border state right now.
He said he believes Utah is welcoming to immigrants and refugees.
are lots of false narratives around here that if you care about border security, that means you hate immigrants or refugees. That is not true.
Governor Cox says he and others are putting pressure on President Joe Biden to enforce existing laws.
President Biden can't fix all of this, but he could fix most of this with the authority that he has.
The journey to the states can be deadly. Governor Cox said when people do make it to the states, including Utah, there may not be a guaranteed place for them to stay.
It's putting a strain on our resources.
He says drugs are also making their way here.
The numbers that are being apprehended at the border are just, they're mind-blowing.
The governor says it's making drug addiction worse.
You can literally walk through, downtown Salt Lake City and see the impacts of those drugs that are coming across the border with Mexico.
He calls the border crisis a public safety issue.
Part of stopping illegal immigration is to fix legal immigration.
The governor said he'll continue to press the president and Congress to make changes.
Fix legal immigration so that people can come through the front door the right way.
That's it. Simple enough.
And Governor Cox says he believes most immigrants are coming here to have a better life, and he believes they are good people. But he says something needs to be done about those with bad intentions that are making it across illegally, putting other people's lives in danger. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Shelby Lofton, live for us tonight. We definitely have not heard the end of this.
Yeah, exactly. There's gang members, MS-13, etc., and just malicious individuals with malicious intent, and that's where the trouble is, and that's the majority that's coming over. And then there's concerns about certain nationalities, which I wouldn't get into because I cannot, until I find the clips. But states are joining in to come to help the situation and put a stop to it. And what's sad is that when you speak as a governor or anybody who's for border security and legal immigration coming the legal way, you got to speak very carefully, because if you say certain things, which is the truth and you should be able to say it plainly, but by speaking the truth, you get demonized very easily. So you got to beat around the bush, manipulate your words, say certain things before you get into the nitty gritty and the truth about things, because they will demonize you, which is completely bad. It's wrong, and that's how politicians play the game. And this is exactly why we are where we're at now, because of that madness with these politicians. So anyway, hope you appreciate the information I'm bringing. Again, I'm brand new to this, so please support my channel, NYRON'S Forum on YouTube, NYRON'S Forum, NYRON' Forum. Please support me to grow the channel and reach out to a larger crowd. It will help push the information out, in combination with the other content creators out there, like LFR Family, The Tatum Show, Candace Owens, bunch of extra other people, just cannot recall their names at this time. So please, if you could hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe and help me grow the channel, I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.